Hi, my name is Jaishri Abichandani, and I'm an artist and cultural producer. I was born and grew up in India, in Bombay specifically, and I live in Fort Greene, Brooklyn now. My first encounter with art that was made by a living person was when some art students were traveling through Bhusaval on their way to Ajanta, and I got to see some of their watercolors of Elora. Um, and I was just really blown away by them, and I think that was my first really moving encounter with art. Well, Bhusaval, which is about 8 hours by train from Bombay. And it was a sleepy railway town with 4 movie theaters and no TV stations. I'm the founder of the South Asian Women's Creative Collective, and other than making my own work, I curate exhibitions and kind of do performances and events and generally create a bit of mayhem in New York. And, I mean, artists have to have a really difficult balance between putting food on the table and paying your rent and then actually making work that is really, really critical and important. And I don't know if that's always possible for everyone to do. They're really difficult kind of areas to navigate. It's kind of a mixed bag for a diasporic artist like myself to see all these, galleries popping up, South Asian galleries popping up. Because really they primarily promote the work of artists from back home. They don't necessarily as much promote the work of South Asian artists and make the investment with the local artists that are around. And so you have to figure out where you want your work to be and what you want it to say and take it from there, really. I have to say that I was a really kind of patriotic little kid, and all of my role models were essentially freedom fighters for South Asian independence. And my artwork is probably the biggest manifestation of my life philosophy, and that really just has to do with an individual and society and kind of what is the relationship between those two, and how does one impact the other, and the choices that we make, and power. How do we kind of navigate power in our lives? Yeah, I guess if I could spend a day with anyone, it would probably be Condoleezza Rice, because I find her to be a really complicated figure, just in every possible way, in terms of her identity, her life's work, her positions, her ideology. And I just really love to know what she's trying to achieve. Yeah, in terms of life philosophy, I think it's just, kind of simple about doing the right thing every day for everyone that you come across, and trying to be mindful of people around you and the planet and other human beings. Really just having a general true sense of compassion for people. Artists, critical artists, find a lot of other ways to survive. Not every artist makes objects. I think with contemporary South Asian art, it's really kind of trying to speak those multiple tongues and still being understood by everyone. That's kind of, a challenge in and of itself, but to do that and still say something that is meaningful, I think is the kind of best thing that you can do.